Welcome back to page 121. Today we're going to take a look in the Player's Handbook, a nice third level druid spell. The outstanding Summon Insects. This is a really good spell. As I said, it's third level, it's Conjuration, summoning spell. Range is 30 feet, 1 round per level duration, area of effect is special. Verbal, somatic, and material components. 1 round casting time and no saving throw. And I would not allow magic resistance against this either. When Summon Insect spell is cast by a druid, he or she attracts flying insects 70% of the time. The exact insects called for will be bees, biting flies, hornets, or wasps if flying insects are indicated, or biting ants or pinching beetles if non-flying insects are determined. A cloud of the flying type or a swarm of the crawling sort will appear after the spell is cast. They will attack any creature the druid points to. The attacked creature will sustain 2 hit points of damage per melee round and can do nothing but attempt to fend off these insects during the time it is so attacked. The summoned insects will be caused to attack and can be caused to attack another opponent, but there will be at least 1 round delay while they leave the first opponent and go to the second. They can only go 12 feet. Crawling insects can only go 12 feet per round, so they have to be relatively nearby, but since the range is only 30 feet, it's going to be pretty much anyway. It is possible in underground situations that the druid could summon 1 to 4 giant ants by means of the spell, but the possibility is only 30% unless giant ants are nearby. The materials needed for this spell are mistletoe, a flower petal, and a bit of mud or wet clay. So, what does this spell get you? What it gets you is the big bad evil guy's helpless. On a third level spell, granted it has a 1 round casting time, your big bad evil guy is stuck. He is being bitten for 2 points of damage per round, and he can do nothing but try to fend off these bugs. That's pretty powerful for a third level spell, considering a druid gets this spell at, wait for it, third level, 4,001 experience points, and your druid gets to cast this spell. This is a really powerful spell. I actually like it a great deal. We don't see it a ton at our table. We have a number of druids that people that play druids at our table, but for whatever reason, this one sees some play, but not a ton. I like this spell a lot. We play it as written, casting time 1 round and no saving throw. And again, I don't allow magic resistance against it. You can do nothing but swat the bugs, fending them off while you take 2 points of damage per round. The only thing we mitigate there is if you have a stone skin on that is active, you will not take the 2 points per round while the bugs are flying around you, but you will still be blinded by them as they crawl up and fly in your face and get in your mouth and your ears and things like that. So even though stone skin keeps you from being bitten, it won't be enough to actually keep the bugs away from you. Anybody that's run through a cloud of gnats in a field knows exactly what that feels like. Even though the gnats don't hurt you, they taste terrible. They get in your eyes. They get in your hair. It's really kind of nasty. An interesting thing about this spell, too, is you can attack the victim with impunity or a sword, depending on what you want. You can just go ahead and attack the victim while they are held by this. And to that end, I do not allow the victim to use any kind of movement or shield to fend off the oncoming sword attack. So if it's a melee attack, they get no sword or dexterity or boots of speed, boots of strength and spring, anything movement related they do not get, the victim does not get. I would allow that also against missile weapons. They would not get any of that stuff. And because they are blinded, and the word is in there, I give a +4 bonus to hit on the attack itself. Now, I don't give the extra damage. It's just a peculiarity of what I've ruled. It's just how I've done it. So you don't necessarily, you won't get any bonus damage out of it, and I'm not going to have you do max damage as you would against a helpless foe. But I'm going to give you a nice fat +4 to hit this person, in addition to taking away their movement armor class. So somebody was, AC 0 with an 18 dexterity and +1 chainmail without a shield, suddenly finds himself at AC 4, +4 to be hit because of this spell, and then having damage inflicted. So this spell can be a quick fight ender if you have a big bad evil guy that the party is fighting, but it is a round casting time, so there are ways for your big bad evil guy to maybe disrupt it or something like that. Best way to use this spell if you're the druid is to go ahead and get behind your tanks, stay out of melee, tank the round to cast it, point your finger, and watch the bugs have a feast. I mentioned that you get this spell at 3rd level because you do. On the Druid chart, 4,001 experience points gets you at 3rd level, and you get 3 1st level spells, 2 2nd level spells, and a 3rd level spell at 3rd level. Druids get 2 1st level spells when they begin. With an 18 wisdom, that would become 5 1st level spells, 4 2nd level spells, and 2 3rd level spells. So you could use this spell twice in one encounter on 2 different targets if you took it as your 2 3rd level spells for the day. There are other good 3rd level Druid spells to take, but still. And considering that there's no saving throw, no magic resistance against this, wow, that's pretty powerful. One other thing, if this is cast at something that is naturally tough, like a troll, I don't allow the bugs will get their biting damage for 2 points, but I don't allow it to really bother the troll that much as far as blinding it or things like that, or any kind of big, hard-hided type creature like Boule, Purple Worm, anything along those lines. Even an owlbear, I really wouldn't let it be blinded by this to a point that it could do nothing but swat at the things. It's just not that bothersome to animals like it is to humanoids. So I would restrict this pretty much to humanoids as far as the blinding goes. The damage, yes. So a troll getting bitten by these things would take 2 points of damage and regenerate 3. So it's still going to win that fight. But keep in mind, too, the troll lives in swamps. So biting insects and things like that are nothing unusual for it. It's right in its backyard. So that's all I've got to say today on page 121. Thank you for watching. I appreciate your time. Please leave any comments or like the video if you would. And if you haven't subscribed, please do. Take a look at my Patreon to help out the channel. And I'll see you next time on page 121.